whole Germany appeared in hot Georgia and especially in wine-making business?
It's a nice question, yes. To say I left Germany quite early after my studies. So I was working mostly in France for 10 years. And one day, you don't know why, I got a phone call from a headhunter asking me if I could imagine to live in Georgia and to make wine in Georgia. Georgia. I was very astonished about this.
Where is Georgia?
Yeah, where's Georgia? And it was in 2009. And it is that because one of the founder of Mukhrani, Chateau Mukhrani, is a French person living in Georgia since a long time. And so he was looking for a new winemaker, director, and I became curious. We met in Paris for a long time. And I became so excited about the project, about the country, that I decided to come for a visit. And Georgia is a country, if you want to run away or fall in love with the country, and that's why I came several times to Georgia, and finally, end of 2013, I decided to move to Georgia and to work full time in Chateau Mukhrani.
At this moment there was nothing, yeah?
There was already. No, there was already. It was making wine from 2007 harvest. There was another winemaker, there was another director, but this was a time of change. And I think it was the right moment. And at this time nobody spoke about Georgia. It was very hard work and already what I see 6 years ago and today, so much changed because now I think we are really working on the new Georgia. Yeah.
Last year there is a very increasing interest to Georgia wine all over the world.
Yeah.
Why do you think is the reason of the success?
The reason I think there are two things. The tourism world is looking for new destinations, and the wine world at the same time as well. I think it's a wine world. The new world is established today: South Africa, New Zealand, everything, and the wine world is looking for something new. And the eyes, in my point of view, are turning more east, because this is a less discovered countries. And for sure in these east countries, Georgia is the most hidden. Romania, Bulgaria, Moldavia, we knew in the Western world, not always in best quality context. But Georgia was so far away, was so small, that nobody had on the screen, nobody has in the eyes where it is. And for sure the story of Cradle of Wine plus our own varieties creates a lot of interest. And I think it's very interesting because as well at the same time there are more and more efforts to work in quality.
It's very important for Ukraine because the moment we are, I think, in the same situation as Georgia was 10 years ago, Ukrainian wines, we also want to appear on the world wine map. So,
yes.
What do you think explains the reason of diversity in wine styles in Georgia?
Yeah.
When we talk about wine variety, for example, and the same winemaking methods, but anyway, we see, for example, different styles that arrive at
Exactly. I mean, this is
quality, low quality.
Yeah, it's a very small country, and this is what we have to work hard. What I tried to explain today, we have a huge diversity in grape varieties, but as well in terroir and microclimates. You can cross a hill in Georgia, you are in another context. And this allows with same varieties, like we have it in Bordeaux, for example, to create with Saperavi, we can create a lot of different styles. Already between Cajeti and Katli, we can create a totally different style of Saperavi. And we try to work for a part of quarry wine, a part of autochthone varieties. We have as well the diversity of the real winemaking topics, what is the terroir and the microclimate, to make difference. It's not enough communicated today. Everybody talks today about query, but I think we have so much more to show.
So you are very open for experiments, yeah?
Yes. We are.
You said yesterday that you are going to work with wild.
We are working. Yes.
We are working already. So you are not afraid that it would change the style of wine too much.
I'm not afraid about. I mean.
You have an example of that the quality is stable.
Yeah. I mean, for red wines, I did it since 2015, 100%. For white wines, I took a longer time. I have a lot of experience in this, but for sure it's not about just we have to do it natural. It took me a long time to experiment if the real varietal potential and the expression in our place is interesting for the variety if we do natural fermentation. And it came out, you know, I made the blind tastings with professionals, I made tests between technical yeast, natural, and even all professionals came out, this is more interesting. And that's why today we are at nearly 100% of natural fermentation. But it's really, let's say, with a scientific approach and not just because we want to do. It has a sense, and it's very important, I think, for us, because we have to underline the place. Our Georgian origin, Chateau Mukhrani, our terroir origin, plus then our own varieties. I think it's a very important way to go.
And the last one, your definition of good wine. You said it already, and it was perfect. Yeah. What is good, great wine?
Yeah. Well, first, I love my expression for good wine is authenticity. It means a real expression of variety, not fortified by a lot of technical supplements. It's a beautiful grape coming from vineyard, and for me, great wine, as I said, it's balanced. It is not about alcohol, about concentration. It's about balance, about freshness, about fruit, about all components. And I think all this length is what we are searching when we looking for a complete wine. Yeah, balance. That's super cool.